Good morning, and welcome back to Cold Waters. And today, we're back in near stock Cold Waters. I've uninstalled the .mod, primarily because I really wanted to play around with the Swiftsure-class. Got some trade. Yeah, so I wanted to play around with the Swiftsure-class, and then, of course, promptly decided I would start a new campaign in a Trafalgar, as opposed to a Swiftsure. The slightly later, I wouldn't call it a variant. Trafalgar, yes. So it is August 2000. And in this, I guess in this campaign, China has invaded or is planning to invade Taiwan, has become very aggressive. Our mission, which we have chosen to accept, is to stop that. So, the Trafalgar, I am using a mix of spearfish and tigerfish weapons. And right now, I've got 10 of each. I've also got 4 harms. We don't have any mosses on board. They were phased out. I shall not be using mosses in this campaign. That might bite me, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Now, for this first mission, I'm not going to concern myself with the weapons that I use. But I'm likely to favor the tigerfish over the spearfish because we've got far fewer spearfish, or the Royal Navy had far fewer spearfish in inventory, however it's pronounced, at this time. Let's go ahead and get stuck in.
Sonar lost contact. Last bear.
Make depth 4-5 feet. Dive I. Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Okay.
Dive at 4-5 feet. Dive I.
225 contact faded. That is likely to be, well, that could be anything actually. I'm not sure what that is. Let's go ahead and just turn my flank towards that.
Come left 2, 3, 1, 8. Helm I.
What I'm also going to do is pop my surface sensors because it's early on in the war. I don't expect anything outrageous to be out there like airborne assets, but let's try it.
Raise the radar mast.
Okay, radar contact, trawler. Let's take a quick look at this. Well, it's Chinese. And they look suspicious to me. That looks like, yeah, I don't. Those green boxes, they look pretty much like a harpoon target to me. That could be weapons, that could be anything. This could be an Eland trawler. So in this particular campaign, I'm going to be something of a pirate. We're going to tackle those civilian ships.
Con, helm, steady course.
And I'm going to tackle this, air quote, fishing trawler. However, let's get back to my boat. Helicopter. No, okay. Let's get back under here and let's switch back to the map. So, we're likely to have a submarine to our southwest, but I really want to tackle this this trawler before too long. So we're actually gonna
Con, torpedo.
Come left 2, 270. Helm I.
Let's go ahead and give him one of these.
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir.
Let's get my depth down.
Make depth 250 feet. Dive I. Make depth 500 feet. Dive I.
I'm gonna reload a tigerfish into there, and let's see. Yep, here is my harpoon. Let's turn off the HUD. And this fishing vessel is going to get one. I feel kind of bad if this really is a fishing vessel, but I don't think it is. And that's the line, and that's the line our government's taking, and that is, hey, they're doing things they shouldn't be, transporting weaponry on civilian transports. If it has the Chinese flag and it looks at all suspicious, engage. What I probably should have done is got within visual range and used my proper periscope as opposed to the F2 view. But we'll hand wave that one aside. Besides, I want to poke a stick at the Chinese right now. And let's switch to the target.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Okay, I can't right now. Well, I don't really want to accelerate time, but I'm going to until we see a contact on the horizon. So,
Con, helm, steady course.
Okay, well, that sank the trawler. Let's switch back to my view. Here we are, HMS Talent S92. Now, there are some differences between dot mod and stock that I'm going to miss. That little range thing in the middle, that's pretty handy.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Manual control of my towed array, that is also pretty handy as well. Although, a bit of a hindrance sometimes. But we're going to go ahead and just search for whatever's out there. Our mission is to stop commandos, or a submarine carrying commandos. So I'm going to pause the recording. We're going to float around for a bit and see if we can get Chinese to show themselves. I'll be back. Okay. Well, it's a little tut. I floated around for a bit, didn't detect anything. So I pinged actively with the sonar and picked something up. And of course, as soon as I went off active sonar, it disappeared. It was more or less behind me, so I'm turning round. Let's see if we can pick this thing up again. We know there's something there now, at least, which is good.
Come left to 048, helm I.
But it also knows that we're here as well, and that's good. Let's reduce my
Make
depth.
depth 400 feet, dive I.
Now, Intel believes it's a diesel electric boat of some description or other, and that's great. It doesn't really tell us what that is. So, accelerate time. Turn this thing around. Okay. Now I'm gonna
dive at 400 feet, dive I.
I don't know how far away it is, so let me make another ping. Because the trouble I have with the early missions, or in fact any mission like this, is if you don't detect the enemy quickly enough, you blunder around not knowing where they are, and you fail the mission, and it's not a good way to start the campaign. It's early in this campaign, so Chinese shouldn't be that aggressive, because we haven't given them a bloody nose yet. Let's do that today.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
Right. So, I don't know that much about it.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 010, designated Sierra 3.
There's another one though. What's this? Okay, I'm actually getting a good solid return, but
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
I mean, that's not great, but at least we have an idea, and I can't detect.
Con sonar, Sierra 3 is classified as submerged submarine.
My crew is detecting this way quicker than I am. Right, I'm going to go ahead and
Con
shut that
sonar,
off.
switching to passive search.
Wow, I don't detect anything on passive, and get a couple of tiger spearfish out.
Shoot 2-1, aye sir.
I think the Romeo is the primary target, but it's less dangerous.
Shoot Tube 2, aye sir.
I'm gonna have to guide this in. I'm gonna have to ping them actively with my sonar. But right now, we'll stick to 5 knots. We'll just listen for them. Let's just go ahead and
come right to 085, helm I.
let's turn to try and notch them essentially. And the reason why, so let's switch to the view of my boat. This is my boat head on, and the nose is covered in sensors, and at the side you've also got sensors. But this towed array, and it's not modelled on real Trafalgar. The towed array extends from, it's not showing any, but it extends from the back of it, and it trails out behind you, and it's an enormous gripping set of microphones that can't listen through you, but listen around you. So we want to stretch out those microphones so there's a whole bunch of listening devices, and we will point them towards that location. The plan then, we'll pick it up. Now, my torpedoes are going to interfere with that a little bit. So, what I'm going to do is accelerate time, let them ride out.
Helm, steady course.
Let them ride out a little bit towards the target. Give them some mid-course correction. So let's unaccelerate time, and let's use active sonar again.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
Now they know that where we are, almost certainly, but
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 345.
I'm getting a good return on them. Yeah, I don't.
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 009.
Do not see much of a return on my sonar computer at the bottom. Right there. Yeah, that kilo's coming right at me. So Spearfish can go live at this point, which is great. What's his depth? Surface-ish. Romeo's also at the depth, so Romeo is quite a bit closer. Right. Alright, let's turn off my
Con
active sonar.
switching to passive search.
I'm going to assume that
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 3, 4, 4, contact faded.
they also struggle to detect me too. Alright, give it a few seconds. Kilo's still pinging me, but I don't detect. Unusual sound. What are the conditions like? Noisy. Ambient noise is 104 decibels. Well, let's keep the thing going. I'm going to accelerate time again. So, I think Torpedo 2 is going to go live before Torpedo 1. Yeah. Well. Right. So, the Kilo has aneroic coating. And the Romeo does not. Now, I think the Romeo is likely a Chinese boat. Well, let's find out. So, let's make Torpedo 2 active sonar. Let's make it live.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
That acquired it very quickly. See if we can find the Romeo in... It looks like he's just launched. The Romeo in list of weaponry here, Romeo. Yeah, I think it's Chinese. Well, maybe not. I was hoping that that Torpedo 2 would send back enough information that we can get a good idea of its location, but it's not. So I'm going to jump on and we'll watch the Spearfish engage. So it looks like I'm at 48, yes, I can see it now. Okay, and it's fired 3 torpedoes at me. So I'm not unduly concerned by that. I can drop my depth and they shouldn't be able to detect me. We might start doing... No, we'll actually leave it right now. These torpedoes are also fairly slow. This Romeo should get to the surface. He's been detected by a Spearfish. He's not got much chance of getting away.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 0, 0.
I'm going to guide my Spearfish around this. Let's turn it away. That's me manually controlling it with the
Con,
keypad.
fire
There we go.
control, weapon acquired.
Oh, almost. You got it? No, but look how fast the Spearfish is. And kaboom.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 0, 0, 7, contact breaking up.
Okay, switch back to my view, and I'm going to switch back to the
Con,
map.
fire control, weapon acquired.
Okay, now that the second Spearfish has acquired the Kilo, it's firing at me. I'm going to punch my speed up to 15 knots. We're going to drop my
Make
depth.
turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
My test depth is 2,000 feet, so we can hit the bottom. We're not going to.
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
This Kilo will have fired probably USET 80s at me, I imagine. Let's see, what do we have? Yeah, likely USET 80s, but maybe test 71s. So what that tells me is that's
Con,
bad.
torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
So that's my mile 48.
Passing 500 feet.
The fact that he seems to know where I am is
Con
a little...
sonar, noisemaker bearing 3, 4, 2.
It's a little disconcerting, but I'm going to reverse my course. Because once I take out the Kilo, and he's diving, once I take out this Kilo, he's going to lose his wire on his torpedo guiding to me, so we can't give it that whole mid-course correction thing that I've got going on. And I can
Passing
also
600 feet.
crank on to flank and get out of dodge. Alright, so we're facing north now. I'm going to go ahead and try and ping him actively with the torpedo.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 3, 4, 2, contact
need
breaking
to.
up.
Did not need to. Right, let's get on to
Make turns for 2.
32
Make
knots.
turns for 3, 2 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Say goodnight to the Kilo. Right, switch back to me.
Passing 800 feet.
So I'm on my way down.
Passing 900 feet.
Actually use the set depth here, I think. We'll set
Passing
ourselves to
1,000 feet.
1,600 feet, I think.
Passing
So,
1,100 feet.
that's going to flatten my descent. We'll go back to the map view. Right, so those torpedoes, they were anticipating I was continuing to head east.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
I'm feeling kind of confident that we're able to avoid them, so I'm going to go ahead and accelerate time just to get myself down to depth quicker. Almost there.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 3, 2 knots.
And switch back to my view here, which is that, and then we'll see if we can see the torpedoes. So, little quirk of non-dot mod, you've got a very clear ocean, and you can see a lot longer distance than is almost certainly real. I don't see anything out there. I know that they're there, right? Let's again switch back here. We're going to accelerate time. Yeah, so we can see that red line that shows torpedo sonar. So it's pinging, but we can't pick it up. I could drop my speed. I think I will.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Drop my speed. We'll not aggressively drop it. We'll just kill the...
Make turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
It's not actually a propeller on this. It's, they call it. Doesn't matter right now. The US copied it. Okay. Towed will be being reeled out. Put back on to 5 knots.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Yeah, we immediately detected something, and that is actually potential threat, depending what that... Oh, what's this called? So it probably ran out of fuel. Probably. It's just one torpedo. That looks like it was the one sent from the Kilo. Yeah, that's the one sent from the Kilo. He turned it active far too soon. Okay.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
I'm going to accelerate time. I'm going to notch it for what it's worth. I don't think I need to worry too much about this.
244, helm aye.
Each of my
Con,
squares
helm, steady course.
is 4,000 yards. The range of this thing is, I think, maybe 3,000 yards under ideal conditions. It's probably at the surface. It's going to be okay. Yeah, we are. Right, well, that was a first engagement in a brand new campaign. Going back to stock cold waters, or near stock cold waters, is quite a different experience compared to spending so long in cold waters, and I sometimes have I struggle to adapt, but we'll see how well it goes. I mean, it's a fairly gentle introduction. HMS Talent's done herself fine. I'm going to pop up to periscope depth.
4, 5 feet, dive by.
I think we're going to do okay. So, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Hope that you enjoyed this. Hope you got something from it. And I'll see you the next time.